Today our guests are Kurd Civil Society Organization Coordinator Ogtay and Southly Region's Navruzlu Village resident Esra Hassanov. Welcome to our studio. Thank you. Today we will discuss the final report released by Kurd Civil Society Organization on evaluation of flood damages to residents. What are the differences between your report and the government's evaluation? There is no document showing government's evaluation of damages. That's why we cannot speak of any differences between government's evaluation and our evaluation. Only Kurd Civil Society Organization conducted monitoring in 5 regions beginning from August 5th. And there is a great difference between our approach and the government's approach to their problem. The government started to take measures without carrying out any evaluation of the damages. But we suppose that in order to recover the losses of the people, first the losses of the people should be evaluated. But the decree of Cabinet of Ministers established compensation for areas. For example, 400 Azeri manats for 40 square meters. Then how were these figures established? You know, these figures have no foundations. We carried out mentorings in over 2,200 households and compiled acts for each household, took photos of each house, and questioned residents, then made our evaluation. The figures established by the government is very absurd. And what are your figures? We have evaluation methodology. We use experts for evaluation, use the real market prices, and we also use the previous price scale used by Cabinet of Ministers. We establish 3 categories for evaluation damage. The first category is very serious damage. That is, the households which are completely useless, and the damage are evaluated over 50,000 Azeri manats for each family member. The second category is middle damage. That is, the evaluation is made at this household between 10,000 Azeri manats and 50,000 Azeri manats. And the third category is light damage, where the evaluation is made between 1,000 manats and 10,000 manats. That is our initial opinion. But the government, the biggest compensation allocated by government is 1,000 or 1,600 Azeri manats. You are a village resident and you received a compensation. What's the amount of your compensation? I live in Navruzlu Village of Southly region. At first, 200 manats were allocated for per man, but later we were given just 100 manats and received no other assistance. The area of my family lands is over 2 hectares, and I had sowed different fruits, vegetables in my lands, but we have lost all our products, all our fruits, vegetables. Are you satisfied with the amount of compensation? No, not at all. The amount of compensation is less than the cost of our 5 trees. And compensation is only given to maximum 5 family members. If we have 6 family members, only 5 members receive compensation. It means if family consists of 10 members, just 5 of them receive compensation. Yes, just 5 members receive compensation, and each family member receives just 100 manats. And I didn't accept the compensation because it's of no use for me. The area of my house amounted to 270 square meters, and I also had a very large lands, and I have lost all of them. And no compensation was given instead of them? No, we didn't receive any manat. Earlier the government provided us with meals, food products. What is the amount of annual income you took from your households, lands? My annual income from farming was between 5,000 Azeri manats and 10,000 Azeri manats. At present I am working as a driver, but I am always involved in farming as a villager.
o çiftlə də əkilmiş əkinlərdən istifadə eləmişik. Bu illəri heç bir deyim də sınıf da götürməmişik.
And what do you think about it? Only 5 of 10 family members can receive compensation. Isn't it a discrimination? As a Cure Civil Society organization, we earlier reported that the government has no program for damage recovery. There's just an incomplete, uncomprehensive decree of Cabinet of Ministers, and it's not acceptable that only 5 of, for example, 6 members of family receive compensation.
Hiçbir yerdə görünmür ki, ailənin 5 üzvünə kompensasiya verilsin, 6-cı üzvünə kompensasiya verilməsin və ya da ki, müəyyən bir limit qoyulsun, ancaq bu 5 nəfərə şamil olunsun.
How did they give compensation to you? Did any government official or state official, state officer come to your household, saw your household, listened to you and evaluated your losses? Up to now, no government officer, no state official, no government commission came to our houses, saw our households or evaluated our damages. Only a Cure Civil Society organization visited us, questioned us, and tried to evaluate our losses, but after pressures, harassments, they were obliged to withdraw. And the government is going to transfer your village to other place. Yes, they want to transfer our village to the right bank of Araz River, but that those lands also were engulfed by floods. And you say that your village was in a higher area than the right bank of Araz? Yes, the area on which our village is situated is at least 1.5 or 2 meters higher than the proposed area. You mentioned that you have a house with an area of 270 square meters and lands with the area of 2 hectares. And how much area is proposed for you? The houses proposed in that area are not bigger than 40 to 50 square meters, and the lands are very small. I think the people who will be transferred to those areas will be in very bad conditions in a few months. Do you own the property right of the house and the lands? Do you have documents, relevant documents? And then, if you have, why don't you appeal to the courts? Yes, we have property rights. We have appealed to all state agencies, but our appeals were not responded. Well, we know that you are going to appeal to the court on behalf of the citizens as a public union. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? You have made a final report, but the conversation has already been evaluated by the government and paid. We have decided to appeal to the court because a group of village residents consisting of 19 people sent a request to the Cabinet of Ministers on 6th of September about the works carried out measures, the evaluation methodology of compensation, but no one responded to the inquiry. That's why those 19 people appealed to the court because of the lack of answer by the Cabinet of Ministers. A relevant appeal will be sent to several district courts regarding this issue. Today, the losses of the people should be recovered. Their problems must be solved. And according to our reports, our evaluations, about the average loss of damaged households is 20,000 Azure manats, and a total of 60 million or a maximum of 100 million manats to recover the losses. However, the government has allotted 250 million manats for damage recovery. And where are the funds then? Where are the allotted funds? I think that the funds are not appropriately spent. How are the funds spent?
sual verdiniz.
It is so unclear. The funds are not delivered to the citizens.
Ciddi ziyan dəyib və bu dəyən ziyanın orta qiyməti 20.000 manat civarındadır.
Çox sağ olun.
Thank you for coming to our studio. Today our guest was the Kür Civil Society Organization Coordinator Ogtay Gülaliyev and the Southly Region's Novruzlu Village resident Asad Hassanov.
Sağ olun studiyamıza gəldiyiniz görə.